what's up? This Ambré, and you know I got soul.
You know, I got so very excited to be here with Ambré. How's it going?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's funny, I was just telling you off the camera, we had received your single last week, loved it,
Thank you.
and
Appreciate
then
it.
all of a sudden you're on tour with Lucky Day.
Yeah, I know. It just happened like
Yeah.
randomly, for real.
Yeah, but I mean, let's start off with here. What we like to ask all of our favorite artists, any artist that we interview, is, you know, talk about an album that influenced you or inspired you growing up.
Albums that influenced me. Definitely Full Moon by Brandy.
Okay.
What else? I'll say The Love Below,
Okay.
Outkast, and Nostalgia Ultra by Frank Ocean.
Nice.
Of
What did-
course, you know I was gonna say that.
Right. What did you like about the Full Moon album? Why did that impact you?
Full Moon, just like vocally, Brandy is just crazy. Like her sound just attracted me for some
Right.
reason. I just wanted to just copy everything she was doing.
Right. Now let's talk about your single, Fubu. Performed it on stage tonight.
Yeah.
Just talk about the sound, because it sounded very. At first, I didn't really understand it, but once I listened to the whole song, I'm like, this is crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Honestly, my homie Ryan sent me the beat for that, because it was initially going to be for his album. So I just went into the studio and I just freestyled most of it, honestly, and just added like backgrounds and stuff. It just was like, yeah, I don't know. I can't even explain
Yeah.
how even. I don't think it was me. I think it was like a higher being that just be giving me ideas sometimes.
Right.
Because it just really come out of nowhere sometimes. But
Cool.
yeah,
And
that song was a good time.
Of course, you're set to drop Pulp, your EP.
Yeah,
What's
my
the meaning behind the title?
The meaning behind the title is basically just about youth and fulfillment and the things that make you whole, the things that, you know, are your center and your core, you know, of who you are. Basically, I made like a whole storyline for a short film that I was gonna do. And it's about these high school students. They like go on a road trip and find this garden that grows hallucinogenic oranges, and they eat the pulp, and that's how they trip and stuff. And basically, it's about going on your own personal journey and figuring life out.
Dope. So let's talk about your sound a little bit. Of course, your single Fubu is one sound that you've touched on, but I listened to your mixtapes from the past, and you touch on a lot of different sounds. It's hard to put you in a box.
That's cool.
How would you describe your sound?
I would describe my sound as psychedelic.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just do what I like to hear at the time.
Yeah.
So I think I'm always like growing and evolving.
Right.
I think I want to always be growing and evolving. So I try to show that in my music.
Right. And just talk about the writing process for you, or the creative process in general. When someone sends you a beat or you make your own, how does that become a full entire song? What inspires you there?
I get inspired by movies a lot. I'm like a visual person, so I have to be looking at something, either whether it's like a picture, a wall with pictures on it, or like I'm watching a movie on silent, or just scrolling on my phone. I gotta be looking at something to like inspire me, you know. And I just go with how I feel. I don't really have a formula.
Right.
I just do what I like.
Right. And then in terms of your sound, you know, like I said, you touch on a lot of different sounds. And, you know, we're here at Lucky Day's concert. I spoke to him a couple of months ago. You guys are both from New Orleans.
Yeah.
And a lot of New Orleans artists, Frank Ocean, Luke James, their music is based in soul, but they touch on so many different facets of music. Is that because of New Orleans and where you're from?
I think so, a little bit. Yeah, it's the birthplace of jazz. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a musical place. We grow up. You go to sleep and you hear people outside playing music. You know,
Yeah.
a second line going on. Like, it's just music is just ingrained in the city. Like,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that's.
I was at the Essence Festival a couple of years ago. Couldn't sleep because there was just music the whole night.
All
so.
day. Yeah, it's a party all day. But.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your behind-the-scenes work. You've worked with H.E.R. On a couple of records on H.E.R. Self-titled project. How did that all come together for you?
One of the producers that was working with her found my page on Instagram when I was like 17.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, yo, I'm working with this artist. I think you should come out. So they flew me out to New York, and we just started working, and we hit it off. So we just kept working.
Yeah, the record "You" is one of my favorites from that project.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate
it's awesome
it.
that you had a hand in that. And let's talk about your early beginnings for a bit. Of course, you started out, you uploaded songs on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Followed that up with mixtapes. How did you kind of build your name through that? Because I know a lot of people put their music up on SoundCloud, but you kind of broken through that.
I'm still working, I think, but a lot of it was just like organic support from like my friends and like just people who genuinely liked the music and just was like, I'm gonna share this.
Right.
Like whether it's like people who have blogs and stuff and they find it on their own, they just like, I want to share this with my platform, you know.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, I'm like really appreciative of.
Cool. And did you have any goals that you set out for yourself early on, or were you just so young at the time? No.
No, I definitely had like a little when I was in ninth grade. I think I made like a little flashcard with like my 5-year plan for my
Oh, wow.
my music career. It's funny. I looked at it the other day. It was a lot of stuff. It was just some random stuff and some stuff I was like, okay.
All right.
But I started checking it off.
Right. Cool. Now, talk a little bit about your connection with Kalani. I know you guys went on tour together. You guys have collaborated as well. Like, just talk about that connection.
Yeah, that's one of my best friends. We met in 2014. She took me on tour with her just off the strength of her fucking with my music.
Right.
So, yeah, that's like, and then we just became close.
Right.
And like, I talk to her every day. That's one of my good friends.
Nice. So, you got the EP coming, you got the single out now. Just talk about what's next. Are you still writing for people, or are you just focusing on your own music for now?
I'm focused on me right now, but I'm always working.
Right.
I'm always down to create stuff and collaborate with people.
Right.
But I mean, I think the focus was always on me creating my own sound and vision.
Right.
But just every now and then I pop out. I hop in somebody's session.
Right.
Hijack the session.
Right. That's all that I've got for you. Anything you'd like to add?
Anything I like to add? Like that I want people to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't been looking at the camera. I'm sorry. Though.
Oh, it's all good.
But anything I want people to know, just that I just love music. I love making art, and I love telling stories. And I want people to really listen to what I'm saying, and get into it. Don't just listen to it. Get into it. So that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely. And do you mind doing a drop for us?
I don't mind at all.
You can say something like, "This is Ambré, and I got soul."